Hello friends, I am Hardik Patel. Welcome back to Python tutorial. Today I am going to talk about function. So let's start. So what is the definition? What is the function? Like what is the syntax of function? Which kind of argument it can accept? How it returns the value? All we are going to talk about. Okay, so let's start with one normal syntax. Normal function which returns nothing, just it will print something. So I am creating a printf function that we have in a C language, right? So this is just a def, that is keyword, then space, then function name, and just two braces. Inside that, actually if you want to accept some arguments, then you can pass there, otherwise there is just blank. For now this is just first simple function I am explaining, so I'm not putting any argument right now. Print and then print it. Okay, so this is my just very basic and very simple syntax which is called as a function in Python. So how can I call that function? So simple, just print f and then square bracket. Simple. Okay, so let's run this. You can see here now printed is printed keyword is printed. Okay, so this is very simple. Now we are going to talk about required arguments. So you can see here there are four kind of arguments are there, like required arguments. That means whenever you when you want some arguments which is very much mandatory, then you can use this one. Like I just want message which is required, and then I will print message here. Okay, like this. And if I don't pass, right, so it will give me an error. Trace back. Okay, type error, printf missing one required positional argument message, right? So this is, you can say this is positional argument. Okay, now if I have message 1, right, it's the same thing. Yes. Okay, now if I'll pass that, let's print that one also. Print f message 1. Okay, now this is first comma second. Okay, and if I run this, it will run very easily. First is printed, but what happened to second? Do you see that? What is the error? Printf missing one requirement positional argument. Okay, we have done a mistake that instead of print, just we have again called the printf function, and which requires two arguments. That is why giving us an error. Okay, so let's run again. Now this time we have given two arguments while calling the function of printf. So first and then second. So let's do not pass this second argument and run it. What happens? We have already seen that is missing one required positional argument, but second one, so keyword argument we have already talked about. No, we haven't talked about, right? So what is keyword argument then? Let's say for example, if I pass like this, message 1 is equal to second, right? And if I run this, it will print it, right? Okay, but when we call this positional, that means if you don't want to pass this parameter is equal to then the value, that means you can see here, right, we have just put string only, so function will not understand so what is the value, so it will automatically assign to that first position argument. But if I want to just reorder that while calling, I don't want to make sure that the order is okay or not. Okay, in some cases, then what we can do is that message 1 is equal to this, and second one is message equal to second. So what will happen is this time, so message equal to this, that means second, and then message 1 is equal to first, that means second will be printed first, and then reverse, right? So let's look at this. Is it happening or not? Yes, you can see here second is printed first and then first is second, because message is second and that is we are printing first. Okay, let's make it clear by just putting name. Yes, now you can see Patel Hardik this time. But if I switch this, I just put this message and here I just make message 1, and then if I run, it will change the scenario, Hardik Patel this time. So that is called keyword argument. Now what is default argument? Let's say for example I don't want to pass this, because in my case all the members are Patel. Okay, right? So what I can do here is that like this, I can assign one default value here in the argument itself. So if while calling function, if I don't pass message 1, then that value will be default Patel. So automatically it will print Patel. So let's print that. Let's run this. Yes, right, Hardik Patel is printed. So that's how it works. Now next, so what is positional argument then? Variable length argument. That means one function is there, like let's say for example sum. So print function itself like that is accepting variable length argument, but we will make that one again here. Let's say for example I am passing multiple values, like, and we can do this like messages. Okay, multiple messages, and I am changing some scenarios. Okay, now I am removing this. I am passing like this, Patel, then arrow, like this. So if you want, like let's say for example sum, you will understand better if you use a sum like function. So if I want to sum for three numbers like 5, 7 and 10, but next time I have 4 numbers, so it's dynamic. I don't know how many arguments I have while calling the function. So at that time you can use this kind of argument. Let's say for example I have 5 strings this time to print at a single shot, right? And next time maybe I have only 2. This time I have 4. See, Hardik Patel, arrow Patel. Okay, so there are four arguments. There are 4 strings I have. This is dynamically coming from other functions, and I want to print that. And how can I do that? Other way is there, like concatenating all the strings and then just you can print it. But this is not we want. This is just for understanding. So let's see that what is coming in this. Okay, first of all this is 3.6, it will not accept that. Okay, so you can see this is all arguments are coming as a tuple. Can you see that? What we have done, we have printed whatever the argument came, we just printed that, and that is in tuple. So what we can do is here that we can run a for loop on that, for message in messages, then print message, right? Now I can run it. Hardik Patel, arrow Patel. Okay, this is just a one function. Let me show you one other function, that is div sum and then star n. Okay, and then colon, and then for I in n, then r is equal to 0, r plus is equal to I, then return r. Now you will understand that also, that sum 3, 4, 7, 2. Okay, so now what is written? So it will return the value that you can get here. Return is equal to, and then print return. Okay, there it is. 3 for 7, 7, 6, 13, 13 to 15, right? So you can see the answer. Now this time what we did, given 4 arguments. Now this time I am giving just 3 arguments and I am running again that function. So what happens? Now it's 10, 13, right? So that's how you can use. What I did is just sum all the values coming from n as an argument, and that is tuple, right? So basically this is, you can say, variable length arguments. And that was earlier we saw that keyword arguments, where you can ask for many values by just key and value. That means parameter name is equal to value name, and there you don't need to worry about positions. So that is why it is also useful. Now another thing is that lambda function. What is lambda? Lambda is an anonymous function. Anonymous function. Okay, so why it is useful sometimes? This is just a one-liner function definition in a Python, where you don't need to use def keyword. Instead you can use lambda keyword. Like let's say for example I am creating one sum function is equal to lambda, and then I have 2 arguments, x and y, and then whatever argument you want you can just pass by comma all the arguments, and then comma, and then whatever you want to do, like x plus y, because I am doing just sum. Otherwise I can use star for multiplication. Okay, so this is my just function. Now so I have assigned that lambda expression to sum. Why? Because we cannot print this is just an expression. This is nothing you can print or something. This is not a value, nothing, right? This is just an expression which you can assign to sum. That is a variable. Now what will happen? No, let me do something else, that is sub, because we have already sum function, right? So I am just doing subtraction. Okay, now let me call print sub, and inside that now this sub variable will act as a function. Why? Because we have assigned the lambda expression. Now if I'll give arguments to, this is my first argument, this is my second argument. So let's say for example 9, then comma, then I'm subtracting 5 from 9. Okay, now let's run it. 5. Okay, so now you can see there 9 minus 5, that is 4, right? So this is just a lambda expression, and this is our variable length arguments. Then different arguments we have already seen, and keyword arguments also we have seen, and required, which is you have to pass, otherwise it will give you error. Okay, so that's it for the functions. Now you can use these functions in your product or any module. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel if you want to have more videos on that. Okay, thank you.